Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I've been using a new case for about 2 weeks now. I went on Amazon and looked up the #1 best-selling case for the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and they came up with the Mkeke clear case. So we're going to take a look at this case up close. Let's check it out. Alright guys, so as I mentioned before, we're going to be looking at the, I believe you say it, Mkeke Ultra Slim clear case for the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Just to kind of show you what comes in the box real quick, there's not a whole lot. Pretty simple packaging. I mean, it does cost $7.99, but it has a nice, kind of a nice design on the package. You could probably most likely get this on eBay for even cheaper, I'm assuming. It seems like I do a lot of case reviews for cases like this that are very affordable, and I always get people submitting links back to me for eBay where you can get it for like 99 cents or $2.99 or something like that. So if you're definitely looking for an even bigger deal, especially if it is made in China, so definitely check out eBay. But a couple key things about this. So let me just open the package up real quick. Basically, you just have a little tongue and groove there at the top. You have a little tray that slides out. Obviously the case is down here, so we'll look at that here in a second. Eco-friendly materials. So the phone sits in this little bag inside the case, and that is the packaging. All right, let me set that to the side. So to tell you a little bit about this case here, a couple things. It's for the iPhone. This one is for the iPhone 11 Pro Max. It does say that it is a slim case made of premium soft TPU bumper plus hard PC back material. Offers protection against fingerprints and from sudden dropping and scratch resistant. So it doesn't quite make sense in terms of a sentence grammatically, but that's what it says. So it is a very clear case. I will say this, I really like how it's completely clear, especially around the camera bump. Sometimes clear cases like this will have a black border or a colored border around the camera bump. I personally don't like that because I feel like it is a visual disruption to what a clear case is all about, which is showing off your phone. So it is very clear. This says soft TPU plastic, but it bends a little bit, but it's not really super bendy. It's pretty stiff. It is a nice stiff case, which I really like. Even the bottom, you know, I can bend it if I really try, but I've had cases where the edges are so soft and bendy that I end up playing with them a lot. It's almost like I start fidgeting with them just because they are so soft and bendy. This case is not like that. One thing I do want to show you is there are air pockets in the corners, so that should add some protection, although I will caution you on this case. I would not consider this case an overly protective case. It might protect for some small drops, but you know, just beware that this is a very thin case. There's not a lot built into this in terms of drop protection, except in the corners they do have some air pockets. Let me see if I can get closer up there for you. Okay, so there you can kind of see the, you know, from the outside, you can see the edges. There is a small lip around the corner which will keep that's actually a really nice feature of this case. This little, when I say a lip, this little raised edge, because this is the back of the case, so when you set it down on the surface, it's going to keep that raised a little bit so you're not scratching the back, which will keep this much more of a clear case over time. So if you notice, there's kind of the air pockets that are built in, kind of the extra bumper built into the corners of the phone, so that should give you some protection there. There's the little, you do get a small branding hit, Mkeke there, I think that's how you say it. So there's I'll just go through the corners here for a second. You don't really get a raised lip around the camera. So there's the camera cutout. However, because obviously you have a case, there's thickness in the back, it does keep the camera, and you have the edges here, it does keep your camera raised off of the, there's that raised edge. It does keep it raised off of a flat surface if you set it down on its back. So you're good to go there. And actually it looks like, So you do get a branding touch on both sides. There's one side there, and there's the Mkeke brand on the other side. So here it is with the phone. So you can see, I'm gonna keep it up close for a second, then I'll show you kind of a wider shot. I want to show you there is a lip around the front. It's not a tall lip, so it's a fairly close lip to the front of the phone. If you're using a screen cover, I don't have one on the phone right now, but if you are using a screen cover, that screen cover may come up to the edge of the lip of the case. But without a screen cover, you're definitely getting a little bit of protection if you set it down on flat surfaces. So there's there you go, there's the corners there, all around the case. You know, with the phone in the case, let's see, there's the logo. You get a little shine from the metal edges, but it does look nice. So let me turn around in the back here. Here's the camera, so you can see that case does come up just slightly above. It does create a lip that does come up slightly above the camera lenses, so you are getting a little bit of protection. And obviously, the raised corner is going to give you added space if you're setting it down on its back on a flat surface. You're not going to be scratching up the camera lenses. So, all in all, though, I mean, very clear case. If you want to show off your phone, I mean, that's what this case does best. Let me move out to a wider shot here. So there you can see, you know, more of the phone, you know, very clean, very clear. I've been using this case for 2 weeks, and it does get fingerprints on the case. So it does say in the description that it says something about fingerprints. It's not really clear, but you do end up getting fingerprints. So that's one of the things with any clear case is if you want a clear case, you're gonna have to deal with wiping off, you can see some right there, wiping off the back of the phone every now and then to keep it clean and keep it clear. But man, if you want to show off your iPhone or your Android phone or whatever device you're using, you know, you can't do, I mean, this isn't a bad case to do that with. And for $7.99 on Amazon, that is not a bad deal. So how are the buttons? So here is the mute rocker, plenty of space there for the mute rocker. It's easy to get to. Let me go back up close. So plenty of space for the mute rocker. Buttons are fully covered and they're super clicky. So, oops, super clicky buttons. Same thing for the power button, fully covered power button, but very clicky because it is a thin material. So there's not a lot of material between the button and your finger. So it's a very clicky button. There's the back of the phone again. Here's the front one more time. Here is your power port and your speaker grills. So I kind of like on this case where they've cut out on both sides for the speaker grills the same width. A lot of cases stop at the end of the speaker grills, which creates a different width for these cutouts on the bottom. This is kind of nice to just have some symmetry on both sides of the case. You can also see the bumpers on the edge. So in terms of thickness and feel in the hand, this case has a really good feel in the hand. It does have a bit of a plasticky feel, which in all honesty is a little bit cheap feeling. So it does have a plastic feel to it, but it's not, so let me show you before, you know, it's not really, it's on your phone. See, look at that. I mean, it doesn't really bend. It fits your phone nice and snug. I mean, I can force it, and on the bottom it's a little less, you know, snug than on the sides, but I can force it to bend out, but it's really not a loose case at all. And the rubber is not a loose rubber, the TPU material, so that's really nice. I'm just trying to think of what else on the case here to share with you. That's about it. So one of the things I haven't noticed is I have heard that on clear cases like this, if you use it a long time, the edges where you're touching them can yellow. I've only been using this case for about 2 weeks. I don't use cases that long. I do have some EDC cases I go back to, but typically those aren't clear. I don't use a lot of clear cases. So I can't attest to the yellowing, but I will be using this on and off over time. So if I do find that happening, I'll definitely let you know. Otherwise, I would say if you're looking for a really solid clear case, TPU material, fits your phone nice and snug, plenty of room and cutouts for your speaker port, speaker grills, your buttons, your mute rocker, your camera. gives you a decent amount of protection. You have the raised corners, you have the added air pockets in the corner, so you do get some protection, but you're not looking for a lot of drop protection because this is not going to give you a ton of drop protection. But if that's what you're looking for, a really nice clear case to show off your phone, maybe you use it, you know, for when you're going out at night or something like that, and I definitely can recommend this phone case to you. It is the #1 best-selling case on Amazon for a reason. I'm guessing has a lot to do with price, and it is kind of it makes your phone look more attractive. But if you have any questions about this case, let me know down in the comments. And I've got a special video coming up next. I'm filming it right after this, so it will come out pretty quick soon after this. So I definitely want you to subscribe so you can check that video out. And I'll see you later. All right, thanks guys. Peace.